So Sekiro Shadows Die Twice came out, and people have realized that the game's kind of difficult, which makes sense because it's sort of like Dark Souls. It's pretty difficult, and people aren't able to complete it, and that has sparked a debate on whether games should have easy mode, and more specifically, whether they should have accessibility options. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Maximus24, and it's Tuesday, and it's time for another Tuesday Talks. Before we get into that, please always do remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, all that jazz, all that fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. And with that, let's talk about what we're talking about this Tuesday. So, people, when they're talking about this debate that just started, they're focusing on the easy mode aspect, and they're fighting back against the easy mode aspect, and I understand that, alright? Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Dark Souls, they're not built for gamers who don't want a challenge. They are meant to challenge you. You are supposed to be battered, killed, beaten. You're supposed to feel worthless when playing those, but you're supposed to fight through and persevere. So I understand why people don't want easy modes in those games, alright? For people who aren't that good, like me, I've been playing games all my life, and I mostly play management games and stuff because I know I'm not very good at some kinds of games, and that's one of the games I'm not very good at. So I tend to avoid that, and I play easier games for me. But people who are good at games and want that challenge, that those games are there for them, and that's great. But this debate is a lot more than the easy mode debacle. Alright, the easy mode debacle is an easy fix. Alright, games don't need them, but it's an easy fix to just put them on because easy modes have existed forever, and the devs at the point of the game's completion could easily add one. Alright, it doesn't take much work compared to the rest of the game. You just tweak the AI and stuff. So easy modes have always existed. There's always been easy, medium, difficult. So there's no reason not to have one, but at the same time, you don't need one. But the problem is that people are focusing on that debate when the full-on debate is accessibility. Alright, accessibility in gaming. So, I can play games fine. I've got both my hands, legs, everything. I can play games just fine. I'm not handicapped or anything. But people not everybody has that opportunity. Not everybody is as able as other people, and that's where accessibility options should be included. People, because of their physical manifestations and how they are and everything, should not be locked out of games just because they are different from everybody else, alright? That should not be how it works. Just because you are differently able does not mean you should be locked out of playing games. So right there, I do think games like Sekiro and Dark Souls should try harder to appeal to people and try to get inclusivity because, alright, these games are built for literally people who are amazing at games, who, aren't differently abled, and who are just, they got the time and the challenge and they're ready for it. People who don't meet any of that criteria are just going to walk by it. And that shouldn't happen, alright? People should not be locked out of a hobby just because they're different. They shouldn't be forced to watch it instead of play it. And that's what's great about Microsoft's Microsoft's the adaptive controller, that's great. I love it. It's just an amazing thing. But it's going to be hard to play Dark Souls and Sekiro with that. Apex Legends, and games like that have accessibility options, which is great. More games should add that. And if Sekiro and Dark Souls and stuff added things like that, they could be enjoyed by a greater variety of players. Now, I'm not saying they need to, but I'm saying it would be a good thing. It would be a nice gesture, alright? And why would it ruin the game? People out there are saying, oh, these games don't need them. They exist they exist for the sole purpose that they don't have them. They're supposed to be super difficult. But adding a different way to play, or an easier mode, why would that affect the game? I don't see it. If you want the challenge, just play the challenging mode. Alright? I don't log on to Civ and I'm like, wow, they have the Prince mode? Why do they have that? That ruins my experience when I could easily just click deity and be done with it. Alright, that'd be the same as if Sekiro added an easy type mode, or just a different type of mode. You could open it up and you don't have to be like, easy mode? What the hell? This ruined my experience. GameStop, take it back. No, you just click start the hard mode. You don't even have to look at the easy mode. It doesn't affect people, alright? It's just, I don't understand why this is a debate, because, you know, I agree. Games should have accessibility, alright? People differently able should not be locked out of gaming as a hobby. They should not be forced to watch it. They should be able to play it. So games should be able to adapt to that. But, I mean, they don't need to, but they should, alright? They should. I'm not going to force anybody to, but it'd be a nice gesture. And the addition of easy mode and different ways to play should not affect other people's enjoyment. That's not how that works, alright? The option for an easy mode is not going to affect your option for a legendary mode. It's just, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be a little addition to the game. You'll get more of the game, alright? So, this is just a dumb debate, and it should be done with, because it's just the internet, again, freaking out about literally nothing, alright? Some people are saying, oh, they just want a game journalist mode. That's not it. That is not the debate. Game journalists are not upset because they can't beat a game, alright? That's not it. And even if they were, what would be bad about adding a mode like that? It's not going to affect your enjoyment of the game. It's not going to change the game for you. Alright, you can still play the hard difficulty if you want, but it's an alternative option for people who don't want that. Alright? Now again, Sekiro and Dark Souls, they are not marketed towards people who aren't up for a challenge, but at the same time, not marketing towards people who aren't up for a challenge also locks out people who may not be able to complete that challenge for other reasons besides being bad at games. Which is what I am. If you're bad at games, why are you buying those games? But like, if you're differently abled and you want to play those games and you're not able to, that's a whole nother thing, and that should be looked at and changed. And that's my opinion on this topic. I hope it made sense. If it didn't, just tell me in the comments, and I can type up my response in the comments, because okay, I didn't write a script for this. I just sort of blabbered on. I've got a article up because I just had to get this out. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, always remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. All that fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. And with that, I hope to see you in the next video.